In The Mysteries of Harris Burdick, there may not be a central plot or moral to the story, but there is definitely a theme. By looking at each image, one can see that each picture has many stories. The book, The Mysteries of Harris Burdick, consists of images on one page, and a title and quote for each one. Each image's story is completely separate from the next. This allows for the reader, or in some cases the viewer, to imagine what the image's story is. The reader can come up with their own idea of where the story may go or what the title of the image really means. This fosters an environment for children in critical thinking and creativity. Houghton Mifflin Books suggests the reader to encourage the child to think about the mood of each story. Each of the pages creates an evocative mood, but we might interpret the moods differently, because not everything is spelled out for us. Each image is also intriguing to the reader as it follows a pattern of having one, if not each of the appeals, logos, pathos, and ethos. From the use of a highly logical style of drawing that makes the characters and scenes appear to be quite real, to the emotionally driven appearances of each image by using dramatic lighting and facial expressions that are evocative of the mood of each picture. The realism of the art also adds to the appeal to this book. In Stephen Prince's The Horror Film, he suggests that perceived realism may be an important element in generating suspense. This book, in that way, does its job successfully with the perceived realism to the art. The author has also provided some proof of credibility as well, with the introduction that is read before delving into the images and text. He sets up his credibility by explaining how he came upon the original ideas to each image, and sets up the mood for mystery, as he tells the reader how the man who created these images had left each with a book publisher, then never returned to show the rest of each story. Uninvited Guests is a seemingly plain image until you read the text. It's a plain view of a basement, except the small door at the bottom of the stairs. This image could be taken in a way where the reader might be frightened by what is behind the door, or they could be very interested and excited instead. Mr. Linden's library is interesting because we see a girl sleeping with a book laid out in front of her, but the book seems to be growing plants out of itself. The text, however, does not go on to describe what's actually happening. The text obviously seems to note that the book may be dangerous, but there isn't a clear reason noted why. The vines may keep growing, the girl may not wake up until it's too late. We're not sure. Dramatic lighting in Just Desert shows us a mysterious scene where a woman is about to cut into a glowing pumpkin. The look on her face is almost horror, as if she is beholding a force of power. We could take this image a few different ways. Is something horrible about to happen? Is the pumpkin magical? Or is something funny going to happen, such as the pumpkin exploding? For these reasons of the use of cliffhangers and exposed endings to the scenarios, this book has gained interest and popularity among readers. Although the book The Mysteries of Harris Burdick does not have a set storyline and follow the typical model for children's books, it still has a direct message that anyone can understand when they pick up this book. Every picture tells many stories.